Okay, it is time to talk about the disaster that the gardens were this year. They weren't a complete disaster because I did get a decent amount of produce and I'm still getting things out of this backyard garden. I kind of call it my potager garden, but it's a hot mess, as you can see. We had a lot of rain this year and I have clay soil. So when we get a lot of rain, the weeds grow really, really fast. And I can also not till in between my rows. Add in an explosion of bugs and bees, and I just was not out there weeding and keeping up with things like I should have been. Combine that with getting stung by bees several times over several weeks, and I don't react well to bee stings. I get itchy and some pretty good swelling and dizzy feeling. So I'm just like, you know what? There's too many weeds. The bees are everywhere and we are not getting along this year. And with everything else going on around here with the house and playing with the kids and summer break, and my mom has been house shopping. We'll have updates on that here soon. It's just been crazy and the garden kind of got set to the wayside. I did harvest my garlic end of July, early August. I kind of do it over a few week span. It was my worst garlic harvest ever. I planted over 600 cloves last year and I had over a 50% loss. Normally I get maybe a 5 to 10% loss. So that was really disappointing. I think the problem that happened was we got a really big cold snap last year when there was no snow on the ground. So I think some of it just got froze out, and that happens. I'm still going to replant and do it again. Obviously, I love garlic. It's one of my favorite things to grow. But yeah, the garden has not been doing as well as I had hoped. Squash bugs, as you can see there, terrible. My zucchinis and summer squashes kind of limping along. This is my carrot bed. Just testing those. Those I'll leave in until after we get a frost because it makes them sweeter. But really, it's just been an overall disappointing year in the gardens. And that's just for this garden. Now, the market garden, which is over half an acre across the street where we do sweet corn and pumpkins and other winter squashes and watermelon and all the types of delicious summer melons and hot peppers and all that crazy stuff. I won't say it was a complete fail like it was last year, because last year we literally got nothing out of it because it was so wet. This year we did get sweet corn, though not nearly as much as we should have gotten for what we planted. And I did get a few squashes, but I planted a whole tray worth of winter squashes, so 48 plants, and a whole tray worth of melons, again 48 plants, and got a couple squashes. So that was a bust. The problem, again, it was just too wet this year. Too wet combined with the clay soil, and over there where the market garden is, it's kind of at the bottom of a hill out in the field a little bit. So it's already a wetter spot. In 2023, when we did that garden the first time, it was amazing. We had so much produce, but it was a drought year. So we were constantly watering it and everything thrived. But it's because it didn't all have wet feet. The last 2 years, everything's had wet feet, which has stunted it and just not done well. So looking forward to next year, we're going to move the market garden to a different area in the field across the street. Hopefully that has better drainage, because we really do look forward to everything we pull out of there. I was wanting to fill the root cellar with a ton of winter squash. Not going to happen. We did end up with enough corn for a year for us. We ended up with we did over 200 quarts, and we split it between us and a family that helped. Thanks, Richie. And then a little bit of leftovers we gave to some friends. So it was a good amount of corn, but again, we had planted way more than that. So for now, I'm just kind of chugging along, finishing out the garden season, and really looking forward to next year. But yeah, this year was kind of a bust.